Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, July 8th, and I am sure that somebody is saying, Heather, why do you sound happy right now? Well, because it's Thursday. I'm awake, I'm here, and I can make a video, and we have to be very thankful for all the things that we have and not complain and be poopy about the things we don't like. All right, so rough start to the morning. The futures, the Dow futures are down over 500, the S&P 65, and NASDAQ 242. So all of those are right around 1.5%. The NASDAQ just a little bit more than that, 1.6%. But I'm going to tell you a little story. So I was out with Skylar the other day, and we were walking along, and he's grown a lot, and so his legs are longer, which is why he thinks if you have longer legs, that just means you run faster. Well, it's still about putting one foot in front of the other. Right? So I said, okay. And he said, can we sprint? And it was to the end of the block. And it's a pretty decent sized block. I said, sure. So handed my phone off, and he counted down, and we sprinted. So we went all the way down to the end of the block. And then do you know what we did? We stopped. We did this to catch our breath and just stopped. Right? Because we ran flat out sprinted. Well, it took a little bit before we weren't kind of, huffing and puffing, and we continued our walk. Well, we came around the corner, we walked for a little bit, came around the corner and coming up close to our property, and he wanted to do it again. Because, he's like, I almost beat you that time, I think I can do it. I said, okay, let's do it. So we did it again. And you know what we did? When we got to the end, we stopped, and we did this, trying to catch our breath, because we ran flat out. So the reason I tell this story, and I know somebody's probably rolling their eyes, and that is totally fine with me, but I want to get it through to everyone that I can. When you have moves that move up, this daily look is dang near straight up, right? And to think that we can keep doing that without taking a break is foolish. Now, what does it do when you're in a swing trade? Is it painful? Yep. Do you cut the swing trade? Sometimes. What I'm going to tell you, though, is days like this, we've had this before. We've had it before. We've had it before. Do I need to go on? And I'm not trying to say this to be mean or insensitive. That is not what it's about. But it is a very true, it's a very honest look at what happens to the market. So during the day, we could be in a great trade. And like the last several days with Apple, right? Last several days. I mean, look at this chart, right? You could get in and then just stay in, right? But the price action didn't just go up. We had, even yesterday, beautiful day, but they weren't all green candles. And we forget that we become so myopic and on the macro that we completely forget to open our eyes and look at the big picture. So one of the next questions I will get is, should we go short? Well, one day, which has not actually even started, except for the futures, right? One day does not a trend make, even if we close near the lows. I would take my foot off the pedal. I would play shorts during the day, but would I go short overnight? Not yet. Because we don't have a trend change. And it is so important not to knee-jerk and swing the other way, and then you're losing on both sides. So why are we moving down? I think a couple different reasons. I think all of those notes from the Fed really, we get the highlights when it happens, and it was pretty volatile. We had one up candle, one down candle, and it kind of ate each other up to end up back where we started. But what I guess what I'm trying to tell you is all that news is now back in. They're talking about the inflation fears, and all of that, I think, just spooks the markets. We were at these amazing highs, and we needed time for prices to reset a little bit. because that's what happens. It's what happens in all markets and in all things. Things just have to settle down. So that is where we are this morning. I won't just sell everything on the open. I don't believe in doing that. I will let the first half an hour or so, I'll see what we're doing at that first half hour mark and see what we're looking like. Do we look like we're kind of stabilized? Are we looking like we might buy some of this up? Is it going to be considered a buying opportunity? We have to wait and let that play out. If you are that uncomfortable, go ahead and sell. Cut your losses. That's fine, because then you're preserving capital. Preserving capital and having cash is your best friend, and you need that in order to continue in this game. If you are sweating it, maybe you don't even have, if you don't have any trades on or anything you're worried about, you know what? Close the computer down and come back tomorrow. Totally good. Trading is not something you have to do every day. And don't try to catch a top or a bottom, because if you do catch the top or bottom, it's usually just luck. So be very cautious, remain very calm. If you have particular specific questions about trades, send me a private message. You can send me an email, heatherc@givingtreetrading.com. I will go over it with you. I will make videos with you. We'll do whatever we need to make sure that you walk through this red day, but it is just that, one red day that hasn't officially started in the market. So keep your perspective, remain very calm, and I'll tell you what, we'll still be here at the end of the red day. All right, so I will update the swing positions I have on after that half an hour moves on. If something just looks really bad, I'll just go ahead and cut it. But I'm thinking my typical plan is to wait, allow some of that volatility to move through, and then make my decision. So, okay, everyone, stay calm, stay relaxed. Understand that this is just part of the regular charts. This is what markets usually do. We just don't like it. All right, I will see you soon.